sidewalk glitter, silver and gold. Neon flickers on passing cars. Your laughter cuts through winter cold, like quiet sparks beneath the stars. I try to speak, my voice runs thin, words get lost between my teeth. Every breath pulls you back in, stronger than what lies underneath. Valentine under streetlights, shadows dancing at our feet. Hearts aligned in blurred headlights, where the restless and the hopeful meet. Traffic hums a steady tone, footsteps echo down the lane. Crowds surround, yet I'm alone, tracing where you once had lain. I build my calm from borrowed grace, smile wide for passing eyes, but every corner holds your trace in quiet ways I can't disguise. Valentine under streetlights, flickers caught in amber glow. Hands once warm in tender nights, still linger in the undertow. If seasons shift and roads divide and strangers fill the space we knew, I'll carry you where I reside. Valentine beneath that hue, Valentine beneath that hue. City windows shimmering blue, taxi tires hiss on wet cement. You stood there wearing something new, like chance and fate were heaven sent. Small talk faded into air, silence said what words could not. Every glance became a dare, tied together by a single thought. We fell in love after midnight, when the streets were running thin. Two strangers caught in dim light, letting something deep begin. Coffee steam between our hands, laughter spilling soft and low. No one else could understand how fast a simple spark can grow. We traced our stories line by line, shared the way we to set aside. We fell in love after midnight, with the world asleep around, hearts racing in quiet twilight, to a barely breathing sound. If dawn arrived and pulled us through into lives we never planned, I'd still remember meeting you, like fate written in our hands. Highway lines blur into gray, radio whispers low and slow, pedals pressed between yesterday, fading where the wild winds blow. I keep my eyes on what's ahead, but something pulls my glance behind. A quiet ache softly spread like perfume drifting through the mind. Roses in the rearview mirror, colors trailing out of sight. Moments growing less familiar, melting into distant billboards pass like passing thoughts. Clouds hang thin across the blue. Every mile a lesson taught on letting go of what we knew. The road hums on beneath the wheels, carrying more than I can name. Every turn a steel reveals echoes that are not the same. Roses in the rearview mirror, softly shrinking far away. Shades of red no longer clearer, blending into muted gray. If someday roads no longer bend, and all the signs point somewhere new, I'll trace the path we couldn't mend, through roses tinted in that view. Froth paints patterns on the glass. Breath turns silver in the air. Crowded buses rumble past while we linger Moonlight settles on the bay, windows glow in distant rows. Footsteps wander off the way where the quiet river flows. Eyes collide, no need for sound. Something moves beneath the skin. A silent truth we somehow found before the talking could begin. The night heart spoke first, long before our lips could try. Feelings rising unrehearsed, like sparks across an open sky. Park benches and empty lanes, street signs humming soft and low, shared smiles without refrains, letting mutual wonder grow. Shoulders close but barely near, electric space between our sides. Every breath makes meaning clear in the hush where tension hides. The night heart spoke first, past the reach of spoken phrase. Rhythms gently interspersed in a quiet glowing haze. If voices later lose their part and daylight pulls our paths apart, I'll remember where it starts, the night our hearts revealed their art. The air felt tight between our steps, like something warned us quietly. Every mile we hadn't left asked for more sincerity. There was a moment in our pace where feeling to speak, a second hung out of place, neither strong nor weak. We almost turned back then, let hesitation win, but something kept us moving on before the doubt set in. The road ahead stayed undefined, no signs to reassure. Every choice rewrote the line of what we thought was sure. I felt the pull to change our course, pretend we never tried, but hope arrived without days keep moving soft and dim. Nothing here feels quite the same. I told myself this would all fade like footprints lost in rain. But some nights never learn to change. They circle back again. When shadows stay too long, they learn my every shape. Turn quiet into songs I never meant to Photograph refuse to age. They blink whenever I look away. Every room keeps half a page from things I didn't say. I try to fill the empty hours with noise and borrowed light, but darkness grows its roots in power when left alone at night. When shadows stay too long, they learn my every shape. Turn quiet into songs I never meant to play. Maybe dawn will prove them wrong. Teach the dark to move along. But until the break of calm, the shadows stay too long. The shadows stay too long. Traffic lights blink out of sync. Footsteps trace familiar lines. Old cafes refuse to shrink from chapters etched in time. Walls still hold a certain weight from laughter etched in stone. Even corners hesitate to let the past be gone. Every street remembers you in cracked asphalt and signs. Every turn I never My tongue held fire behind my teeth. Every glance was a loaded sign. I carried truth too close to breathe, afraid of crossing the line. Your smile asked me something real. My pulse answered before my mind. I stood there unsure what I should feel, with too much heart and too little time. I almost loved you out loud, but fear kept pulling me down. Every word stayed locked inside, where the bravest parts hide. Your hands spoke in careless ways, like they never meant to stay. Every laugh erased my doubt, then left it there to weigh me down. I saw the truth behind your eyes, but trust never learned to run. I rehearsed 1,000 times, still said nothing when the moment came undone. I almost loved you out loud, but fear kept pulling me down. Every word stayed locked inside, where the bravest parts hide. Now silence knows what I meant to say. It wears your name somehow. I almost loved you out loud, and I still hear it now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The street was quiet under fading lights. My steps felt heavier than before. Every thought kept pulling me backward to things I couldn't carry anymore. I stood still beneath the open sky, with every fear I couldn't defend. There was the moment I realized some stories have to end. The night I learned to let you go was colder than I'd ever known. I felt my hands finding release, version of me tied to you. The night I learned to let you go was colder than I'd ever known. I felt my hands finally release what my heart refused to see. Morning came without regret, just scars I finally outgrew. The night I learned to let you go was the night came back to me. Twilight drifts across an empty cave. Footsteps linger where we used to be. Hands that trembled, barely letting go. Moments suspended in the fading glow. Every glance carries a weight unspoken, a fragile pause before hearts are broken. The hour between goodbye and forever. Time stands still, nothing feels clever. Holding the seconds that slip through our hands, chasing the echoes of love's last dance. Waves whisper softly against the pier. Shadows stretch long, drawing you near. Eyes that glimmer with a fleeting light, marking the edge of day and night. Every heartbeat trembles on the line, balancing between yours and mine. The hour between goodbye and forever. Time stands still, nothing feels clever. Holding the seconds that slip through our hands, chasing the echoes of love's last dance. Moon ascends as the horizon bends. Every ending feels like it never ends. Though the world moves and the hours sever, I'll remember the hour between goodbye and forever. Raindrops slide down the old cafe glass. Footsteps echo where the shadows pass. Words we never said are soaked in the street. Moments dissolve beneath our fleeting feet. Every sigh drifts like smoke in the air. Secrets unravel, fragile and bare. Rain stains and confessions written in blue. Every drop carries a piece of you. Falling softly where memories remain, drenched in the echoes of love and pain. Streetlights shimmer on puddles below. Reflections tremble from the world we know. Voices linger in the damp midnight air. Whispers of longing hang everywhere. Every heartbeat hums a quiet truth, tracing the remnants of vanished youth. Rain stains and confessions written in blue. Every drop carries a piece of you. Falling softly where memories remain, drenched in the echoes of love and pain. Morning breaks, but the streets still weep, holding the secrets that the rain will keep. Though the world moves, the past won't fade, etched forever in the rain we made. Moonlight drifts through the open blinds. Silent footsteps trace forgotten signs. A figure flickers at the edge of my view. Something familiar, yet strange and new. Every shadow bends beneath your gaze. Moments linger in the midnight haze. I saw you in the dark, just out of reach. Like a lesson only silence could teach. Fading between the night and the light, haunting the edges of my wind hums softly through the empty hall. Your presence whispers, but never calls. Eyes that glimmer where the darkness lies, holding the truth that daylight denies. Every heartbeat trembles with a spark, pulling me closer into the dark. I saw you in the dark, just like shattered under a violet sky. Boom and sailed while we didn't ask why. Left to burn through the thin and night air. Every glance a spark we couldn't spare. Time collapsed between your hand and mine. Seconds test, thoughts all divide. We lived in second, fleeting and bright, racing through the edges of endless night, holding the fragments that vanish too soon, chasing our heartbeats beneath the street lamps shimmer on the winglit ground. Our footsteps echo the soft fleeting sound. Eyes near like lightning across the streets. Every breath of both bitter and sweet. Every heartbeat lost the world's last clue. Counting the moments we tried to hold it. We lived in seconds, fleeting and bright, racing through the edges of endless night, holding the fragments that vanish too soon, chasing our heartbeats beneath the wanting a ride with a gentle sigh. Time moves on, but we can't say goodbye. Though the hours steal what we can't define, we lived in seconds that never end.